What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Now the YouTubers just like making videos, and if people abide by these simple principles, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But the thing is, we want to use stipulations on certain people. Criticize one group of people more so than you criticize another group of people, and you act like only one group of people is doing certain things. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. It's a simple ideology. I can't understand why is it so hard for people to grasp this. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to go into the bootlickers, pro-blacks, and the whole racial rah-rah. Now, and you constantly hear that same old narrative about black crime, our criminal rate, per ratio compared to our population. And nobody wants to talk about what led to this. That the black crime rate is a result of what whites have done to us and what they have gotten away with that was not committed a crime. By far, white people have committed more crimes that made the history books than blacks, But let's just say right is right, wrong is wrong, not worry about who's committing the most crime and this and that per population. Now, you actually think that, let's say white people, there's a drastic change, whites surpass black people. There's more whites inside the prison industrial complex compared to blacks. Or, the ratio is just about even. You think white people will constantly broadcast this and says, yeah, the white crime rate? No, it's psychological. It's something where white people feel that they got got a leg up on us, and they can shame us. Look, you guys only represent 13% of the population, and you commit all of this amount of crime, and crime, well, the crime that people only care about is murder and drug dealing and things of that nature, because America's filled with criminals. There's crime everywhere, but people would rather live next to a corrupt politician than next to a drug dealer. Even though that corrupt politician does way more damage than a drug dealer. It's just that he's going to keep his lawn clean or whatever. He's just he's high society. Now, I was watching one of David Carl's videos. It's one of his videos of I think the first video he did about the Boston riots. I think it's entitled the Baltimore riots and the impending race war. During the start of that video, he mentioned Birth of a Nation. He said the Birth of the Nation was a historically accurate film. This guy is no intellectual. The Birth of the Nation is a film that depicts the Ku Klux Klan as heroes. Its story was black people got freed from slavery and they started to run amok, started raping white women, and the Ku Klux Klan went to save the day. And David Carl said that this was a historically accurate film. So I don't care if people will say that, I don't agree with everything David Carl says. When somebody says this, then that's a clear signifier to stop listening to him. I don't care what he has to say after that. When you say The Birth of a Nation is a historically accurate film, you might as well just say, hey, dinosaurs still exist. I have a triceratops in my backyard, So yeah. But that's going into black shaming tactics, talking about the criminality of black people. And when we go into the breakdown of the American family, and I noticed that a lot of bootlickers, especially Jesse Lee Peterson, he'll talk about it. We don't have any Christian values. You know, the black family's not all there. But then what happened to the black family? Did the black family just magically just dispersed and said one day, like, you know, the black man said, hey, I don't feel like taking care of my kids, and the black female just one day woke up and say, hey, Ralph, you know, I can just you know, get pregnant by whoever and get a free ride from the government and so forth. No, it's documented. You know, white people, the dominant society, whatever you want to call it, destroyed the black family, whether it be systematically or you know, physically, or just physically taking the black man and taking him away from the family or whatever. Even if you say, well, that was the past, okay, but what happened to the black family? Why was it? Why has it dissolved or whatever? You know. Yes, you know what I'm saying. There was some force that made this happen. It wasn't black people, but you know what I'm saying, they cannot fix their lips to say this and say, yeah, what's wrong with the problem with the black community is that the black family is all discombobulated, and you know what I'm saying, the white man, the Ku Klux Klan, and you know what I'm saying, and their laws and stipulations and the Jim Crow and their cruelty and brutality, unfair and disenchantment of black people have caused the black family to dissolve. They just won't say that. They'll just leave a blank there. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if I'm reading a book, you know, I can't just skip over some chapters and pretend that they just don't exist. I have to take everything in. You know, that's the thing. I'm an information junkie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like an anteater or an aardvark, you know what I'm saying? Sniffing through the ground, trying to pick up every morsel of information that I can get. I'm not going to leave anything out. Now, one thing about the bootlickers and their agenda now, their deflection, is to talk about, you know, the criminality in the black community. And they feel that the pro-blacks, which I don't know what a pro-black is, justify crimes or make excuses for crimes or condone, you know what I'm saying, the degenerate black culture. You know, that's their narrative, you know what I'm saying, as if they got a solution. I'm like, okay, you know, as I said, right is right, wrong is wrong, you know what I'm saying, crime in a white neighborhood, crime in a black. Criminal does stuff for his own personal gain. A black criminal has the same, you know what I'm saying, agenda as a white criminal. You know, and that's the thing. And nobody really has come up with a thorough solution for crimes or anything that they can put in motion. Not the black Republicans, not the black Democrats or the liberals, the conservatives, you know. So therefore, what we're dealing with here is a clash of ideologies. The bootlickers will just sit up there and talk about, the Democrats, you know what I'm saying, black crime, and but black people need to get off the Democratic plantation and, you know what I'm saying, vote Republican or whatever, you know. That's what a lot of these bootlickers are. You know, they're Republican, they're teabaggers. And my thing is with the Republican Party, because I got another video, you know what I'm saying, about Democrats versus Republican. And it is true that a lot of our black heroes were Republican. Frederick Douglass was a Republican. But things shift, things change. The Republican, but you know, when it was dealing with white people, black people wasn't even in the equation, whether they was Dem or Republican. No, the reason why we can't say that every member of the Ku Klux Klan weren't voted Democrat, but let's say hypothetically the Klan members and these, you know what I'm saying, these lynch mobs voted Democrat. You know, but a lot of them vote, you know what I'm saying, poor white folks vote Republican. So that means the Republican Party did things to appease white people to get them to sign up. So, but the Republican Party has done minimum, have done next to nothing to get black people to sign up to the Republican, to sign up to their party, or to vote, you know what I'm saying, Republican or conservative, or be a neocon. I'm like, the Republicans did more to get the Mexicans to vote Republican than them blacks. Republicans couldn't have done any less to appeal to black people. So that means the Republican Party did more to appeal to poor white, the slack-jawed yokels than it is to black people. And then you wonder why people don't vote Republican. You know, But, you know what I'm saying, going into violence, gangs, you know, me, myself, I don't care. I don't care if all the Crips and Bloods, the Blackstones, the Vice Lords, the KKK, the skinheads, you know, all the biker gangs. I don't care if they have a shootout and exterminate each other from the face of the earth. You know, that's how I feel. I'm like, that's what you signed up for. You know, when you signed up, just like somebody signed up to go into the military, there's always this, you always have that probability of going overseas or going to war and dying. So I don't care about that realm. So therefore, I do focus a lot on, you know what I'm saying, things that you don't see. You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, the snake that is the white man. You know, even if you say black people are stupid or chimpanzees are dumb, that still doesn't take away from the white man being a monster. That's the thing. Okay, I say I agree with you, the black people are just stupid, ignoramuses, or whatever. That still doesn't take away from the white man being this monster, you know. Bottom line. You know, and that's the thing. And then when we go into that shootout that happened at Twin Peaks, when when the bodies hit the floor, the people was like saying, well, there was excusing saying, well, this is rare. This doesn't happen that often, but in the black community, you know, you have these shootings every weekend or whatever. You know, but the thing is with these bikers, A&E does these documentary on bikers, and maybe that showdown, that massacre that happened may have been rare at Twin Peaks, which Twin Peaks is a good restaurant. It doesn't mean that bikers don't kill people on a regular. They do. You know, I watch these documentaries on these bike gangs are very vicious. You know what I'm saying? A gang is a gang. You know what I'm saying? Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you want to talk about the criminality, unless we're going to talk about, hey, how can we thwart crime in this great country altogether and just focus on the black, you know, that's, you know what I'm saying, you're disingenuous. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I remember watching Tommy Sotomayor video. And now, the one video about the gentleman there, the white gentleman, who got jumped by, some black kids, as Tommy Sotomayor called them. He called them nigglets. You know, and he went on an emotional tirade. You know, he was telling, it was a call to arms to white people, telling white people they must go back to the days of the Ku Klux Klan riding on horseback, of terrorizing black people to get them to stop doing this, because white people are the only people that can stop doing this. Now, as far as that gentleman, I forgot his name, that, you know, that was beat up, got his eye sockets broken by the black kid. I don't know the story, you know. Maybe he did something to agitate the kids. Maybe he was trying to touch him. I don't know. Okay, but let's say I give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he was in the right. The kids were in the wrong. The kids were little punks. But I remember the video Tommy Sotomayor did on Alfred Wright. Alfred Wright, the black man, a modern day lynching, and Jasper Turks. And why didn't Tommy Sotomayor have that same vigor? Why didn't he say, have a call to arms to black people? White people are going to keep doing this to us. They're going to keep lynching us and whatnot, man. We need to arm up. We need to strap up. We need to terrify white people and tell white people they can't do this to us. Now, he was a little condescending there. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So why was Tommy Sotomayor's demeanor when one guy got just brutalized, from my knowledge, he didn't die, was brutalized, you know, but then, you know what I'm saying, when Alfred Wright, a black man who got killed by the hands of white people, and bear in mind, you know, Alfred Wright got killed, you know, Alfred Wright murder was tied into higher authorities, the sheriff, whatever. The people that done Alfred Wright in was most likely, you know what I'm saying, what we would consider law-abiding citizens, dudes that probably had houses and mortgages and had a family, as of the white dude in Baltimore, I can't recall his name. You know, these were just little punks, stupid punks. But right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, Tommy Sotomayor is more concerned about the brutality of a white guy being beat up than a black person that was killed. And with the black person, with Alfred Wright, no, they don't even have a culprit. They don't have a suspect yet. Why? Because the sheriff didn't do his job, because the sheriff was in on it. As of the white guy who got beat up, guess what? They locked the dude up. You know, as simple as that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Thanks for watching and Sally forth.